Welcome to Taxonomy Online Mathematics, where mathematics is made simple for students. Now we are still on the finding the root of a quadratic equation. Now there could be instances whereby the root of the quadratic equation will be given us in terms of a factor, as in 1 will be n times the order, or 1 will be double the order. So we are asked to find the root of a quadratic equation, which is the general formula, if one of the root is n times the order. So right away, since we don't know the root, we can let a variable be equals to one of the root. So let p, if I'm letting p be one of the root, so if p is one of the root, since we are saying 1 is n times the order, then the order root is just going to be p times what? Or n times p. So 1 of the root is n times the order. Alright, so these are the root. Now if these are the root, we know that the sum of this, which is going to be p plus np, the sum of the root is equal to minus b over a. We've gotten this from our previous lesson. How to find the sum is given like this. Then we can say that the product, meaning p times np, p multiplying np, will also give us c over what? A. These two ratios are given in the previous lesson. So now we want to make one of them the subject. So let me make p the subject here, as in factorizing. If I factorize p out, I'll be left with p into bracket 1 multiplying p plus n equals to minus b over what? A. So don't forget, this is just semicolon. Now this will give me p squared, or np squared. So if I'm having p as how do you call it, a factor multiplying this, I can send this factor to divide this, so that I can get this p and substitute into the second equation aspect there. You know, this is going to be p equals to, this is coming to divide. If we divide, it will be like this, as in 1 minus n plus n. If I change this to become multiplication, I'll reciprocate this to become 1 over 1 plus n. And you know 1 will multiply b, a will multiply this. So right away, I'll be having minus b over a multiplying 1 plus n. I believe you've gotten it. So just this dividing through by this. If we come here, you just multiply the denominator. So now you can see I have p, which I can substitute into this place. So here will also become, since p is going to be p squared here, then it means n times p squared. And p is what? Minus b over a 1 plus n. This is the value we have. Then p is what? Squared, equal to c over a. I believe you are following what I'm doing. This is p squared, so it's going to be np squared. So we are putting the value of p, this, in place of p squared. So the n will be undisturbed or untouched. Then we put the value of p, then we substitute. From here we can see under indices, since this square is here, it can affect this and affect this. Negative b squared will become positive. This is a factor. Multiply this direct, so become nb squared over, this is a product, and the indices become a squared 1 plus n also squared. All this equals to c over what? A. So now I have this. I want to get a linear equation, or I want to make sure I make this a subject. So it means this is also going to multiply. And if it is going to multiply, it will not multiply the a, but rather what? The c. So if that is the case, the board is not big, so I'll clean here. So from here, I'll be maintaining nb squared equals to, all of this is coming to multiply c. So it becomes c times a squared 1 plus n all squared divided by what? Our a. This is multiplying this. Alright. If that's the case, we can see that this a is squared. So this can cancel the square out there. So I'll be left with only, I want to write the a first. So ac 1 plus n all squared. So simply put, the general equation we can get if one of the root is n times the other, that is just simply nb squared equals to ac 1 plus n all squared, where n is the number of times that one is multiplying the other, and where b is the coefficient of x, and a is the coefficient of what? X squared, where c is our constant term. So if, for example, if you were asked to find the root of any equations that is what? 3 times the other. 3 times. So it means that if I have this, if it is 3 times, it means 3 will be here. Are you getting it? You are going to put 3 here. So that will become 3b squared equals to a c into bracket 1 plus 3 times, so 3 all squared. And that will give us 3b squared equals to, this is going to be 4. 4 squared is what? 16 ac. So you can see a question whereby you'll be asked to find show that this is equal to this if one of the root is 3 times the other from this quadratic equation. So you just have to substitute the value of n, which is the number of times. Whether it's 5 times, 10 times, you just substitute into it, then voila, there you go. So that is how we find that. I will take a question on this and solve it in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Please share this video with those that it may concern, so that they may also benefit as you are benefiting now. See you in the next episode.